edition. Guess who's here for OGs of wrestling? Ain't no competition, we report, you gon' listen. Never no mercy, we bring the ring to the streets. If you don't know, you better find out off the ropes. Here to prove a point, number one in the league. Bet you don't wanna tussle with us, know where to hide or run. Step in the ring, you're done, you're never stepping out again.
So you're back on the wolf pack.
Off the roof, representing that 617 area.
So you're back on the wolf pack.
No other podcast out here more scarier.
So you're back on the wolf pack.
Wrestling entertainment news reported by the Bears.
So turn your back on the wolf pack. You might wind up in a body bag.
Took your chances, now it's time to show you what's on. In the ring, off the ropes, best believe that we strong. Day in, day out, off the ropes for life. Shiznit, E-Wiz, Fast Crew on the mic. Town be the city where we make our own rules. Stomping, no, you can't fit our shoes. Off the ropes, a crowd pleaser, conquering like Caesar. Leaning us like Pisa when you need your wrestling re-up.
So you're back on the wolf pack.
Off the roof, representing that 617 area.
So you're back on the wolf pack.
No other podcast out here more scarier.
So you're back on the wolf pack.
Wrestling entertainment news reported by the Bears.
So turn your back on the wolf pack. You might wind up in a body bag.
Well, folks, we back. We back after taking a week hiatus due to some personal reasons. We're back with another episode of the podcast. I'm Blackheart, Cyber Yates in the building, Big Mike's in the building, and of course, Uncle Fast is somewhere eating a bacon with cheese all over. So he's stumbling and rolling down the hill late to cover. Be here with us today.
No joke.
First and foremost, I want to thank Anchor for giving the podcast platform that we need to make a podcast happen. So YouTube as well. So follow us on YouTube. We're on Arthur Taro Podcast. Follow us on wherever that you guys get your podcast from. We're not even going to go into what the fuck happened last week. We're just going to go right into what technically happened this current week, effective immediately. And then we still got to get the predictions for Elimination Chamber. That's going on the next couple of hours. So we're going to give our predictions there. And we'll take it from there. What's going on with you guys? How y'all been since the last time that we spoke?
It's good.
Been good, man.
Man, I swear y'all's weather got drunk on my lawn and stayed there for almost a week. Man, I was getting pissed off about that, man.
Hey, Cyber Yeti. Yeah, I would have had a blast. I'd have been out there with four-wheelers, snowmobiles. I'd have been hitting Walmart.
I'm a fat boy. I am not going to be getting out in that cold unless I absolutely got to.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this right now. Us New Englanders, we would have had a field day in Texas. It would have been no stopping.
But here's the thing, though. Y'all are used to that. Our shit down here ain't used to that. It is crazy. It's crazy. 2 days ago, it was barely getting into the 20s, and today it's in the 70s.
It's in the 70s?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Freaking
that snow melted.
Oh, yeah. It melted, but now I'm having to deal with busted pipes and insurance claims and all this other crap. So, but other than that, it's good. I'm having to use my cell phone hotspot so I could do this, but hey, it's all good. I still had to be here. So, but
that's all that matters.
Yeah, exactly. But boys, I appreciate y'all reaching out and checking up on me. I appreciate it as always. It was a pain in the ass.
So how many people were out?
How many people were out with dude? Like my
there's a lot of them.
Yeah,
like even your mayor had to like duck town or flee down to Mexico or some shit.
Oh yeah, but hey, he came back really quick though once he saw all that backlash on social media, man.
He had no choice.
You're not supposed to run, but you're not supposed to run. You're the mayor. and you're running, like that doesn't look right.
It was
Like,
the
why the hell did you vote for him?
it was the Austin mayor that fled, but the guy that went to New Mexico, he's a congressman. So
That's even worse.
I know that is worse, but
Yeah,
hey, I can understand trying to get your family out of the situation, but you need to keep your ass here to help.
Right.
Mm-hmm. I feel
And
you.
you got security. You can get security. You can get clearance.
Yeah.
All right, folks, y'all ready?
Yeah,
Y'all
let's
ready to
do
bring
this.
thing out?
Let's do this.
let's do
Oh, it just as a heads up, I'm not going to do no news today. I didn't get enough time to read Junkie Dawson news, but I'm going to just give a quick small little report. The Forbidden Door is slowly creaking open. Bloodsport was last night. John Moxley and Davey Smith Jr. had a hellacious match. Please go check that. Please go check that out. And Keith Lee has been pulled for the triple threat match tonight, so it's going to be Lashley versus Riddle 1-on-1 for the United States title.
Oh, also, I got a piece of news also. Did you see who Moxley's lined up to fight in Bloodsport next?
I haven't gotten a chance to look at the whole entire thing, but you can reveal it now if you want to.
He is going to be going against a former MMA fighter and former professional wrestler. God, what the hell is his name? The name slipped me the second you said for me to go ahead and do it.
What, Rampage Jackson?
No,
not Alberto Del Rio.
no, Josh.
No, Alberto, he's still locked up.
No, what's that
Oh, that's
former
right, yeah.
UFC fighter? He was a heavyweight. Josh.
Josh Thorne?
No, I think it's like Josh Barnett. I think.
Oh, really?
Josh Barnett is a football player, bro.
Oh yeah, he. No,
No, there's just MMA fighters too.
Josh Barnett. He was a former UFC fighter and a former professional wrestler. He wrestled in Japan, and he is actually scheduled to fight John Moxley next.
Interesting.
Hold on. So how long has he been out of MMA? Like, where was he fighting before he had this fight with or supposed to be fighting with John Moxley?
Well, he was fighting. He's been fighting in Bloodsport, but about 5-6 years ago, he was in the UFC. He was actually one of the top 5 heavyweights. He knocked down Junior Dos Santos. He knocked down Frank Mir before he got suspended, and then
Frank Mir's a problem.
yeah. So and then also Miocic took a loss from him too. So I mean, he had some pretty big wins under his belt.
Mm-hmm.
So that's who John Moxley's facing next. I think that's going to be an interesting one right there.
That's gonna be interesting. Oh, and one more piece of news too. I guess the Heat with Sammy Guevara right now between Impact Wrestling for their creative direction for him. When he actually came over there, come to find out, he gave a little bit of a rebuttal. They wasn't liking it, so they sent him home. So nonetheless, he got some heat from Impact Wrestling right now, a little bit of AEW right now, but I think that's just part of business. So that's not really too micromanageable. More likely, he'll be back by Revolution.
No joke, he's acting like a little bitch. That's what it's coming down to. He's acting like a little bitch. He should have taken the angle because then that would have put him in better standings with AEW and with Impact. But instead, he decided to turn around and say, "Nah, forget that. I'm not going to do that. I want to take the X Division title and hold it hostage, and have y'all do a tournament and have someone else win it. That's stupid."
So yeah, all right. So that's enough of the news. Before we get into that stuff. So let's just get into it. Let's go back. Let's rewind back 6 days ago. Let's go off to Raw. Go off to start with Miz TV. We get McIntyre. He comes out. I guess he's a special guest. Miz questions his trust for his former friend Sheamus. Now that what the hell he did him the previous week. McIntyre gets pissed off. He headbutts him. Throws his money in the Babe briefcase. I can't believe that he still got the piece of shit. Throws it. Dents it. No fucking tomorrow. Miz later explains that he's not going to be participating in the Elimination Chamber match, which is tonight, and takes himself out of the Elimination Chamber in general. So he completely walked away from that. Then we get Riddle and Lucha House Party defeating the Hurt Business. Bobby Lashley comes out afterwards to get the Hurt Lock to Riddle. Boring.
Yeah.
Miz suggests that John Morrison takes his place for Elimination Chamber to Adam Pearce. That's being debated. Then we get Akira Tozawa defeating R-Truth for the 24/7 title. Then Bad Bunny pins Tozawa to win the 24/7 title himself. thanks to Damian Priest. It's just the same thing that they're doing with Brock Gronkowski. How he won, they're gonna do the same thing with them. So you already know what the hell is gonna happen. I wonder if Cardi B shows up next, she's gonna win that damn belt. Come on,
bro.
now.
He's gonna put it in his new video with a bunch of hoes slapping their ass, smoking weed like Bob Van Dam did with the video you shared, and it's gonna go viral.
I think I know which one. I think I know which one that you're talking about, but I think that's not the one that you're thinking of.
No, it's the one with all. It looks like a bunch of fake booty. He's just sitting there on the pole,
It's
like
her with
her
with some it was with her or some other shit. It's the one that's like summer joints back then.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is he might do that. I mean, you know, he did show up with Booker T. You know, Booker T, even though he still works with the WWE, kind of really doesn't give a shit. So I mean, you know, I kind of look at the 24/7 as a gimmick championship belt. I mean, is it something for people to get by just to get a little bit of TV time? And I honestly am kind of tired of it. I kind of wish they just cut the shit. Either you're gonna use it, turn it into the old school hardcore belt. Okay, people are starting to bleed now, which is kind of cool because you're kind of bringing that little bit of
capsules next.
Regardless of whether it's capsules, you're putting it back on TV, which was missing for years. So if you're gonna do that,
if you're really gonna be doing that, then bring back the blades. Then how about that? Let them actually bleed the fuck out.
He wants to look like Abdullah the Butcher all over again, bro. There's only one. Okay, you want your head looking like Bubba Ray or Devon? I don't think so.
Or New Jack, Abdul the Butcher, Sabu.
Sandman.
Yeah, like I mean, the list goes on and on. But the question is, it's like, you know, it for me, it's just I get tired of seeing that. Like anybody can win the belt, which is cool, and I get it, and I see why they're doing it just for the ratings. But it's like this pandemic thing's about to be over. So can we like start bringing people back that actually been, you know, was supposed to get that push but couldn't get it because
this pandemic ain't gonna be the fuck over with it like a snap of a damn finger. But nonetheless,
I'm not saying it's gonna be over with the snap of a finger, but slowly this shit is decreasing. So if that's the case, then can we get rid of this 24/7 bullshit?
It's not gonna happen.
No, they're not going to.
Tell that to the USA Network.
The USA Network ain't going to get rid of it. They're not going to push to get rid of it because what's happening is all these people that are special guests that are coming in and winning it, they're getting eyes on the product from other parts of the earth, music, other major sports, all that other stuff. They're bringing more eyes to the WWE because of the 24/7 title. So they're not going to get rid of it. They would be stupid if they would. Me personally, I would love to see them get rid of it, but the views for it are going to start kicking up, especially with WrestleMania coming up. So
you think? So let me ask you this: you think? And this is a quick sidebar. Do you think they would ever make like a huge spectacle out of that belt? Like you would have like a celebrity go against another celebrity for the 24/7 champion at WrestleMania?
Maybe, but not right now.
Yeah, not now, but.
Maybe like a year or two down the line, I can see that shit happen. That's like the whole Butterbean versus Bart Gunn celebrity boxing match that they had for WrestleMania 15.
Yeah, when he got his ass smashed. I know that was classic.
Yeah, so I mean, I can see that happen, but just not right now.
Big Show Floyd Mayweather. What WrestleMania was?
Yeah, that was a joke. That was a joke. I don't count that shit.
Or Bam Bam Bigelow versus Lawrence Taylor for WrestleMania 11.
Now that right there was one of the best like celebrity versus like wrestling superstar match I've ever seen. Like, I'm sorry, regardless of whether LT of his status or not, for him to be that size and just be mobile and just, you know, athletically gifted, like he held his own, you know, despite we knew he was going to win, but it was a good match.
Mm.
That was one of the classic like celebrity versus, you know, wrestling match between like besides like, you know, the original Hulk Hogan and Mr. T and Roddy Ryder type and shit like that. But we'll see. Hopefully, a lot of shit that y'all been talking about has been coming too. So I mean, you never know. So see what happens.
Yeah, let's move on from there. Kofi Kingston, he pleads his case for the Elimination Chamber for the last spot. So eventually, Adam Pearce books Miz versus Kingston, was booked. Miz wins, Morrison gets a spot. And Kofi wins, he gets a spot. Lacey Evans invades his whole tag team match that happened and announces her fake kayfabe pregnancy with Ric Flair. This sounds like a Vince Russo project if I ever fucking saw one.
Exactly.
That's the only thing I kept saying to myself. And I didn't even have to even watch the damn clip. I had to read about it.
Why do you think this is Vince Russo? I think this is more like a Vince McMahon type.
No, this is a Vince Russo.
Well, I don't know. I mean,
okay, all right, fine. Well, whoever that gave that whole segment back then between Mae Young and Mark Henry giving birth to a hand, whoever is responsible for that is responsible for this.
Who was the one that was responsible for the one with Test and Stephanie McMahon?
No, what about that whole story angle that Vince tried to come up with about that whole incest thing between him and Stephanie? He was the one who came up with it. He was the one that came up with it.
This is some questionable calls here, folks.
That's what I'm saying, bro. There's a whole bunch of them. The whole Lita and Kane situation. Like, there's a whole bunch of those, bro, that can be thought. Who is the person who is doing these shits, bro? It seems like they do it like
Vince. With his dumb ass.
Either Vince and Vince McMahon is getting after all of us right now because he just kicked out Mike.
Screw Vince McMahon. Production truck, I hope you're listening to me. Kick me out. I want to see you do it.
Way to go. Mike, you just came back, man. That was WWE, man, kicking you off.
It's funny, too.
Bro, they hate me,
the Lana Liv Morgan debacle storyline as well.
Oh, God.
Oh, my God.
Oh, boy.
As soon as I said that, I got that little notification.
You have been kicked.
You have breached our community guidelines.
Bro, it makes you wonder, do they really be chiming in, bro? Like, turning this off, bro? Because it's like I said, some of the shit that we've been talking about has been coming true, bro, so hard since last year.
Or like Blackheart, for example, season 3, man. I was talking shit about the WWE production truck. Midway, they cut my ass off and kicked me the hell out.
Mm-hmm.
And that even brought your ass back.
Bro, we got ties on all podcasts, bro. You're not gonna just claim the WWE, bro.
Sure. Even though that you and your cousin did it numerous times before.
Yeah, when it's a family thing, I think they respect that, but when it's like individuals, I think they take it personal.
Bullshit.
They
go after everyone, but they don't give a damn if you family or not.
No, that is true. That is true.
You know. Yeah, let's go for it. So Kofi Kingston ended up defeating Miz for that Elimination Chamber spot. Alexa Bliss has a special message. The Fiend will be reborn in the future. Can we please bring her back as the winged fucking dragon of Raw? And please, for crying out loud, bring her back as the winged dragon of Raw or like the great moth of Yu-Gi-Oh! Okay? So some of you guys, if y'all Yu-Gi-Oh! Fans, y'all should know who the hell I just fucking said. They need to bring his ass back and just burn everything down to a crisp. Okay?
Burn,
baby, burn. Shayna Baszler defeats Lana. What's the band word that we used?
Shit's in a toilet flush.
That's not.
No, Leo Rush. She's the female Leo Rush.
Well, let's not.
Miro's wife.
Thank you. There you go. I was trying to make sure that y'all can still keep up the bar.
That's Bobby Lashley.
I'm trying to make sure y'all kept the bar, and it only took y'all 15 seconds. That only took y'all 3 seconds max. Nevertheless, Braun Strowman, he's pretty pissed off towards Adam Pearce because he's not involved in this Elimination Chamber and has to be directed to go talk to Shane or whatever. I don't know what the hell that's going to go. Then we had this whole gauntlet match to see who's going to come out last into that Elimination Chamber for Raw. AJ Styles ended up defeating Kofi. The McIntyre ended up defeating AJ. Hardy, and Randy. Randy Orton by count out because Alexa Bliss is plastered everywhere in the Thunderdome to distract him for a count out. And then turns around, gets hit with a Claymore for all his troubles at the very end. Then Sheamus comes out. He ends up beats McIntyre, so he's going to come out last in tonight's Raw's Elimination Chamber for the World Heavyweight title. And that's the end of that show. I really got nothing really to say. They just need to do this go home episode just to get to the pay-per-view. As I said before, look at this as the burger of wrestling right now. We're not even past the meaty part, okay? We're still on like the cheese and the lettuce and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure Uncle Fast will get a kick out of that. We haven't even gotten to the meat, the bristle, and we got one more pay-per-view to go before WrestleMania, and that's Fastlane, I'm guessing. So I guess WrestleMania would have to be the patty and the beef patty and the bun of the damn bun. The juiciest part of all this is something we were savoring our taste buds and waiting for. Enlighten me. So
I want to get
to the
meat. Let's get to the meat.
It better be that 8 ounce. It better be that 8 ounce Angus, bro.
No. In this WrestleMania, this is more like a quarter pounder with cheese. This ain't like no WrestleMania 25 where it was like an Angus burger type shit.
Why do you gotta degrade WrestleMania, bro?
Listen, I'm only degrading it right now because you're only gonna have 25% of fans, and then the rest of them is gonna be electrical cardboard boxes.
But it's better than nothing. It's better than nothing.
They could have done that.
It's not the same.
They could have done the same thing they did last year.
I can't go to a bar. No, wait. I can't go to a goddamn bar in public and actually socialize with people. Now I gotta be drinking the fuck at home. You tell me that much.
I get that. I get that.
No, you don't get it.
I do get it, but at the end of the day,
if you did, then that stupid ass response will never come out of your fucking mouth in the fucking first place.
First of all, it would have came out because we watched the fucking.
Because listen, people normally travel to WrestleMania. They spend their hard-earned money on this big gala wrestling event that only comes once a year. That's like the same as Wrestle fucking Kingdom, right?
And people spend their hard-earned money.
People spend their hard-earned money traveling to go watch Wrestle fucking Kingdom live. So now, for the last year, we have not gotten that because of this whole outbreak that's going on, right?
Okay. So let me ask you this. So last year, they did the shit in the dome, right? It was okay, but it was trash.
They did it within 2 fucking weeks.
Okay. But at the
this
end
is
of the day,
a year built into the next WrestleMania, hoping and keeping your fucking fingers crossed that this whole outbreak can be done within like 6 months. And yeah, look where the fuck that we at now.
Okay, but you know what?
So they got no other fucking choice. No matter if they would have went to a damn studio. Shit, AEW is doing it in front of what, 50 people, and then you get certain people scattered around the fucking audiences for crying out loud. But that's not the same either.
But you still have it. See, you still have an audience with WWE. Okay,
you have a Universal one because that company has been around for nearly 40 fucking years. So of course that fan base is not gonna go anywhere.
But what I'm
they're
saying,
still gonna come right the fuck back home. Listen, they're gonna keep coming right the fuck back home. No matter if they would have went to other companies to watch and stuff like that, they're always gonna go back to that one company that's been substantial in people's lives for nearly all of our fucking lives.
Right.
So it's like we're all programmed to go back to it anyway.
But to have some people in the stands sheds light on what
it's not a fair fucking path, especially with WrestleMania, where you know that's the biggest one of them all.
And everybody didn't want to sit there and go through another.
They're saying this for the World Series, they're saying this for the NBA Finals, the Stanley Cup, even the Australian Open that just passed.
Bro, they just had the Super Bowl.
It's not the same. People. But it's not the same without that big, giant ass fucking natural crowd. That is artificial shit that we hear every single week on television for the last 9 months.
This is what we got to deal with as a nation because
I know that, but still, what you're saying, like how I'm downplaying WrestleMania, I never downplayed it one ever since.
No, I said you downplayed it by calling it a quarter pounder with cheese.
No, I called it the last one being a quarter pounder with cheese because you was trying to compare it to a fucking Angus burger. Do you know what fucking Angus burger looks like compared to a quarter pounder? There's more meat on that shit.
I said
you should fucking know that shit.
No, I
don't even eat Arby's like that, nigga. So probably that's you. Sorry if I had to use the fucking banned word because that's how you got me pissed off right now.
No, I said this year better be.
It ain't gonna be no damn Angus burger, bro. It's gonna be one of their Whopper or the thing like one patty Whopper any bullshit ass barbecue. And just listen, it's gonna be one of the bullshit barbecue cheeseburgers that you get right off the damn grill, going to a fucking cookout.
I kind of feel like this is gonna be a turnaround, bro. So you can have your opinion. I'm gonna have mine, and that's cool. Okay, but all I'm saying is don't downplay the meat, bro. When it comes to the main sauce,
I'm gonna downplay your damn Angus meat, man. Eat some fucking lean meat. Eat a fucking turkey.
That's why you got the bubble guts, man. That's why you got the bubble guts, bro. That's why you so mad now.
Guts? I eat less than you do. What did you eat today? Since then we want me going into people's stomachs and shit.
Hold on, I had a grilled chicken salad. What are you talking about?
Oh, so you out of all days decided to eat healthy today?
Well, I eat healthy throughout the whole week and every day, bro. So what
please. Who's the one that was just crying before coming here that I need a bacon snack?
And
that's only you and your cousin that does that shit here.
Damn. No, actually that's me. My cousin, he goes with the 4 plates and the
so do you. What you mean? You and him are covering the seat getting cough, boy.
Bro, see, that actually would not.
All right. Like we need to move on.
Sorry. Yeah,
we got to move on.
It's been a while, and then don't make me drop a pack of bacon right up to your damn front porch and be like, "You're welcome."
He wouldn't.
It better be thick cut, and it better be from
it's gonna be turkey bacon next time, along with the damn maple syrup. After
he ain't gonna drop it. He's gonna wait for you to open the door, and then he's gonna turn around and slap the shit out of you with it. It's gonna be thick cut too.
No, I'm just gonna leave it right there with a little sticky note that says "You're welcome" with a smiley face.
Bro, it's gotta be from the butcher. It has to be thick.
B. We don't do that shit. We don't do that shit over here.
He gonna give him those.
We don't go be waiting for the damn butcher just to cut open the damn animal. Give him a day or two.
It's gonna be those thin strips of bacon like they put on the damn McDonald's burgers.
He needs some long strip bacon deli. You gotta go to Stop and Shop for. You gotta go to those. You gotta give him those. You gotta give him the premium.
All right, NXT.
Man. Mm-hmm. All that for Raw?
No, not all that from Raw. See, Mike, you missed the point. See, this is how that slow people can be.
Go take that shit. He on the road right now.
I know
he got his quarter pounder with cheese going on while I'm over here talking about pure beef, organic, all
NXT. Your pure beef compared to that fucking WrestleMania is trash. That shit deserves to be in the fucking garbage bin. If you was spitting my fucking burger, I definitely would throw shit right back at your damn face.
But I told you last year was shitty, and I feel like this year's gonna be.
Yeah, within the 2 year. But then, so you mean to tell me WWE is known for playing their WrestleManias normally within 9 months? Normally within 9 months. This time around, they're playing by week, pay-per-view by pay-per-view approach.
But they don't have a choice, bro, because of this.
I know they don't have a fucking choice, but it's just the same way how you want to be critiquing about Bad Bunny winning 24/7 title because of what? Notoriety towards that gimmicky belt?
Okay. Hold on. Let me just say one thing about this. In the whole situation of WWE having to plan in advance for all these for the next couple of WrestleManias, the big thing is with any event you have to get stuff approved to be able to have the event, especially if you're going to have a crowd. Now, yes, they have to do that in advance, especially for the future WrestleManias. But the thing is, though, if things change, they can change seating, they can change capacity at a drop of a hat. It's a lot simpler to have the regulations in place and to turn around and remove them and fill up the place could then it being completely open and then they have to downsize it and then they're looking at refunds and people bitching and complaining because they paid for the money, they paid for the hotel and they're not able to go. So
who's gonna be stupid enough though, right? Especially throughout this whole time period to waste their money like that just to do all that.
But don't you think they have confirmations?
People in certain states can't even travel right now still.
But don't you think that WWE has a format and a system to get in contact with people to let them know that their seat is guaranteed and subject to change based upon the time when it comes for them to come to the arena?
The same thing how we see all mass cars, right? Car is subject to change.
But I just said
similar shit that would come to this damn scene in order too.
Blackheart, first off,
But you don't think there would be a clause, though? There would be a clause in buying the tickets in the
First
first
off,
place.
about that,
And WWE is worth billions of dollars that they can actually afford that, and then gain it back within another few more months. What difference does it make?
So first off, with that comment you made about how people could be that stupid, fool, I'm already in line to buy my tickets for WrestleMania next year.
Whose fault was that?
I don't give a shit.
You want me to put the target on your back too? Because I'm not trying to. You stay out the fucking way. This had nothing to even do with you. I'm saying the average schmo that actually still thinking like, okay, I'm actually be going to WrestleMania. The same way how I said to myself, okay, I already know I'm not going to go to AEW when it comes to Boston because it's going to be prolonged later on down the line that I might have no other fucking choice to refund my fucking ticket. I'm one of those people too. So what are you trying to say?
Okay. No, what I'm saying is this.
Wait. You're spending more money than what the fuck I did for my fucking front row seat ticket for you going to WrestleMania, right? I'm pretty damn sure for that one.
I don't think they would pay. I don't think
I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to Cyber.
Dude, I'm gonna be putting out some money for my ticket. That's not no doubt whatsoever.
Right.
But you know what?
Right, but was you wait? But was you 1,000% sure that you think that you were still going to go?
1,000%, yes, I do think I'm still going to go because you know why? They just lifted the regulations here in the state of Texas in regards to COVID. Instead of 50% seating capacity, they're going to be allowing 100% capacity because we've had such a substantial drop in COVID cases. But I'm smarter than that. I know damn well the reason why is because everybody stayed the fuck home all week.
Week or months?
Well, especially during this week. A lot of people, even this month, we've even had a drop then too. So I mean, we're dropping in regards to cases.
Before the snowstorm happened down there, you mean?
Yes, we had a decline. We were starting to decline in cases, and then once that snowstorm hit, everybody was at home. Nobody could go nowhere, so it dropped even more.
Y'all do a state of emergency, right? Because y'all are not used to that type of weather.
We had a state of emergency. The president signed an executive order for it, and right now we have help coming in. So, I mean, we went from one extreme to the other really quick, and that includes even with our COVID numbers. So, I mean, once everybody's starting to go out now, so we're going to see how it works. But my point is yes, I'm going to spend the money. I'm going to spend quite a bit of money to go to WrestleMania. And yes, I'm seeing it as a guarantee that, yes, I am going to go. So
now my question to you is that if that is at 100% capacity, right, like you said, and it goes guaranteed. Now, when this happened, the question is, are they going to allow y'all to go in unmasked or masked?
They're going to make them wear masks.
I'm sure it's probably going to be like at any other event, you know, even with their restricted capacity, you are going to have a mask on unless you're drinking or eating something. So I still fully expect to have to wear a mask, even though I'll admit it, I'm one of those fools that, you know what, I've already had it. I've already been near death, and I'm not scared of this shit either. So I'm one of these fools that I'm not going to wear a mask if I don't got to, but I wear it anyway because I have to wear it for my day job. So, but I'm one of those people that I'm like, screw it. It is what it is. I'm just going to wear it and, you know, not wear it and just see what happens. But if I have to, I will. All right.
Everybody's entitled to their own opinions.
All right.
Score the NXT.
I knew that was going to make it move.
Score the NXT.
that was going to make it move.
No, it wasn't going to make me move because we can still talk this shit all the fuck that y'all want. I can keep going.
Let's move on.
No, it's all good.
This is why shout out to Ty West for giving me the dubbing me the Black Jim Cornette because I can keep the fuck going.
So can I, but we have more to discuss before we start with the
If we can actually follow through with the rest of this episode, please.
Okay, just don't get hyper.
Bro, you're asking the stupidest question on earth. You should have been new. You should have been new out of the fuck out of here. So that's not gonna fucking happen. Anyway.
No, that wasn't a stupid question. The stupid question would have been me not asking the question, you know what I'm saying? So,
right. Okay. Yeah, NXT. Okay. So Kyle O'Reilly comes out, he demands answers for what happened at Avengers Day. Roger Starr then comes out trying to calm him down. That's not gonna happen. Finn Balor that comes out, he ain't buying this whole entire crap to this whole Kings of NXT BS name. Just please throw this shit in the damn garbage. Attach all. Okay, attach all three of them. Santos Escobar no showed that episode, so William Regal eventually lays out the law to him. He shows up next week to face Killian Cross, so he gets stripped of the cruiserweight title. Ember Moon and Shotzi Blackheart have defeated Indy Hartwell and Candice LeRae. Johnny G finds Austin Theory tied up in the parking lot, thanks to Devin and Dexter Lumis, who's still not doing anything, guys, kidnapping people and hog-tying them and bringing them right back. Pat McAfee gloats that he was right about Adam Cole the whole entire time. Hashtag Pat was right. Leon Ruff then defeats Isaiah Swerve Scott. Isaiah Swerve Scott turns heel, beating out Leon Ruff after the match. Then we get the tag team champions and the winners of the Dusty Cup Classics. They'll be faced off against their respectable opponents. The March 3rd edition of NXT, which is MSK versus Larkin and Butch. And then we have Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax defending against Raquel Gonzalez and Dakota Kai. And of course, they got to get this my whole joke out. And by Raquel Gonzalez, I put my foot up your hole that you can't even walk, or some other crap that she said. I mean, I don't know. They're just taking that whole week was nothing but my whole references. Just Jesus Christ.
I still thought it was funny as hell.
Cameron Grimes wrecks his new Lamborghini, so I guess he got to be paying more money, or he's going to buy himself another one. Lean through that money, Cameron Grimes. I'm spending it all to the moon before I have to rob your podcast. Guns blazing, man. Ben Hunter Izzy, how to rob 2020, man. I'm gonna be like how to rob the NXT version. And that song get me popping. I'm taking all y'all with me. Kushida then defeats.
No, keep going. You're good.
Kushida then defeats Tyler Price. Mr. Bivens eventually stopped the fight. LA Knight, who was once Eli Drake from Impact Wrestling, that claims that he is the greatest NXT superstar of all time. I beg to differ. Zoe Starks, who had her debut match, defeat Valentina Feroz. Both ladies actually look good. Kings of NXT had then defeated Finn Balor, Kyle O'Reilly, and Roger Strong. When Adam Cole got involved and interfered, super kicks both O'Reilly and Finn Balor and posed with the NXT title. That's at the end of the show, but apparently some sources behind it, this can be real, this can be kayfabe. But apparently some spot that Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly did on the steel steps basically had led them in to be passed out or knocked out, or supposedly, as some sources say, seizures. But I don't believe it's the whole day seizure. I think this is all one work angle just to get some babyface feel for Kyle O'Reilly right now. And that was the end of NXT. I got nothing really to say. And then the only thing that's keeping me alive in all this is MSK and what's happening within the disruption of Undisputed Era. I think that's the only two I can honestly say, like, I actually give a shit about in all this. But other than that, I don't see nothing here.
I can tell you this much. I would love to see MSK win the tag team titles because they need to get them off those two idiots and get them onto somebody who actually deserves them. So MSK, when they get their championship match opportunity, I think they're going to wind up winning that one. And I think that's going to be really good. Now, this whole angle between Kyle O'Reilly and Adam Cole, I sure hope we get those matches like they used to have down in ROH and, the Independents, because, oh, my God, those were ones that you wanted to watch over and over and over again. So I'm hoping they do that. I'm hoping Triple H has his hands in this to make that possibly happen.
Oh, wait. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. Finish your point, because something just came into my mind.
And honestly, they can take this storyline and go multiple directions. I mean, there's different outcomes that they could take. I mean, it could be a whole situation of a reincarnation of the Balor Club in NXT, and then Adam Cole has his faction, which I'm sure he would still call it Undisputed Era, and and all this. And then the big thing is this is going to put Bobby Fish, when he returns, in the middle of the entire situation of who he's going to go with. If he's going to go with Kyle O'Reilly, which he's been a multiple-time tag team champion with, or is he going to side with Adam Cole? There is a lot of things in the air with this, and if they handle it right, this could be probably one of the best storylines that could come out of NXT for a while. So, what was on your mind?
Who was part of the Finn Balor Club?
I was going to say, with Triple H and Shawn Michaels being in the background, right? I looked at this Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly as more a little bit of their rivalry back then, when Shawn Michaels came back in 2002, and how that kicked off. If I could see that between Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly and intertwine what Cyber just said about the whole deciding factors about who's going to run with who, I just don't want this thing to be like an NWO versus NWO Wolfpack thing. Let's not try to do that. But I understand where you're going with this. But I feel like Kyle O'Reilly needs to be pushed to be like, no, he's going to be the next main eventer of NXT when Adam Cole, whatever he decides to do, when that contract expires in the next couple of years, what's he going to do to fight the fact of where Kyle O'Reilly goes as far as where his placement will be in NXT? He has to be a main eventer right now. He has to. So this is the time for him. So this is the time to build up those great classic matches, get them buttons underneath his jacket, like them trainer badges in Pokemon. Yeah, I need all 8 of my badges in order to get to the league, right? So Kyle O'Reilly, he got 5 badges. He's missing 3. He's missing 3 more badges so he can actually be promoted up to be the main eventer. That's all I gotta say about that. So I'm hoping for a Triple H and Shawn Michaels best friends, better enemies storyline when it comes to Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly.
That sounds pretty convincing. My opinion is I don't give a shit about NXT, so 2 6 and the 2 flush next.
Wow.
Well, then we'll move on to Well, then we'll move on to AEW Dynamite. I'm pretty sure that you want to hear about that, fat boy.
Right.
Okay.
Better than their fucking team.
Cool. So we got Matt Hardy and Adam Page taking on the Hybrid 2. They eventually defeated them. Then you got Page revealing his contract that he signed last week was actually for a match at Revolution, where both of them will put up 30% of their pay of the first quarter revenue, and whoever wins gets it. And eventually, Private Party afterwards attack Page. The Dark Order comes out to meet the save. So can we see Adam Cole eventually coming to terms and just decide to be with the Dark Order, or he's just placating them too? I'm not totally too sure what to feel about this.
I know it's a weird situation, and it's hard. It's hard to determine where he's going to go with this.
Okay. And we get real.
I don't think he's going to join. I think what he is kind of going to be like, it's just going to be like friends. They just kind of chill, hang out. Like there's no leadership, but it's kind of like one hand washes the other in some sense. Like if they're outnumbered, then he'll come through and help, and vice versa. But I don't think that he'll join the Dark Order anytime soon. Yeah, that's kind of a funny thing, just seeing them kind of all smiling and like looking at each other, 1 against like 14. That's kind of weird, bro. But that's just kind of my opinion on it. I don't know. It just would not seem right for him to be a part, like the leader of the Dark Order. Like
it doesn't seem to fit.
They don't. But I see them chilling and like hanging out and having some drinks and just like kicking it. But him being the leader, nah, I just don't.
I don't know how to feel about this either. Let's just move forward. Then we get the return of Rio defeating Sarita D, the NWA Women's Champion, in the AEW Women's Eliminated Tournament that's going on right now. Orange Cassidy defeats Luther. Taz calls out Sting, Sting then comes out, but Taz mocks Sting for always carrying his bat. So Sting throws the bat away, he takes off his jacket, and he attacks Brian Cage, poor Sting. And then Brian Cage just gets back and he just power bombs the shit out of Sting. The first bump he took in 5 years. Sources behind the scene that he has some pretty protective clothing underneath his shirt, so protect him from the fall. So I guess that's what they're going to try to start doing with him. He's going to start wearing his shirt a lot more in his wrestling matches. Have that will never protect the gear underneath it, so that protects him from certain dangerous falls.
But you can tell on his face that hurt though. Bad. It hurt. It hurt.
It hurt.
I mean, first bump in 5 years. So, I mean, that body's now starting to endure the pain now. So that's all that's really going on to it. And he knows that. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a tune-up to get his thing going.
That was a mean tune-up.
That was a mean tune-up.
It was a mean tune-up.
Yeah, it's just an old school 1970 Mustang, and then somehow in 2021 you're trying to turn that shit on. It's just one of those things. Next, we get the Young Bucks defeating Santana and Ortiz for the AEW World Tag Team Championships. After the match was over, in the circle then attacks Young Bucks after the match. But Dog Callis is in the back, slows down his dogs, the Good Brothers, before going out to save their supposed to be comrades. So this whole Super Elite is starting to have interactions within the group. I'll talk about the whole Young Bucks thing afterwards. I'll give my whole state of opinion on that. Jennifer Field for Cody and Brandy's baby. It's a girl. FTR defeats the Seidel Bros. I didn't know both Seidel Bros was actually in AEW, but kudos. Yeah, thumbs up for that. Jurassic Express comes out to give payback on FTR after the match from last week, cutting off the horns of Luchasaurus and stuff like that from 2 weeks prior to that. Then we get the main event, which was Jon Moxley, Lance Archer, Ray Phoenix. My God, Ray fucking Phoenix. Just the man that just defies gravity. Just damn it, man. Defeats Eddie Kingston, Butcher and the Blade. But after the match is over, the Good Bros attack Jon Moxley. Kenny Omega, the AEW World Champion, comes out, claims he's in a giving mood. So he's going to give him his rematch for the title at Revolution. And folks, we haven't seen this match since 1985. And the famous match, this match that I'm about to speak of, was only between Terry Funk and Captain Jack.
Mm-hmm.
And this was an exploding barbed wire death match. And hits the V-trigger to end the show. Now, for the viewers that's either young, was either conceived by this time period and stuff like that, I'm pretty sure I wasn't either. I think the only one here that probably has some type of say is Uncle Fats, because I think he's always fun to see this bitch. No, excuse me, and well too. Yeah. So this match is actually what the hell it sounds. The ring rolls are replaced by metal barbed wires. The turnbuckles are replaced with slow package explosives. So, Jon Moxley? Renee Paquette? His wife? Oh my God! You better be getting them the alcohols, the bandages already, because between Bloodsport, his championship defense against Kenta for the IGWP United States Championship, and then now this, that body is gonna be tormented and shredded, bro.
You got insurance,
and this is definitely where we're gonna see Jon Moxley run it off television. Sorry, folks.
I think
he's definitely not gonna win the title because they need Kenny Omega to keep that anchor going for this whole for Forbidden Door to be open widely, fully. You can't do that with Moxley right now. You gotta do that with the head man that is a huge fan and highly lovable before. Now I guess they really hate his guts now. But he is the forbidden passage to get over to that other bridge. So you're gonna need Kenny Omega to hold on to that damn belt. So they're gonna write him off in a pretty gruesome ass way. That's all I predicted. That's all I gotta say. Because when I first heard it, I said to myself, "This is Mick Foley. This is Cactus Jack and Terry Funk. Oh, and then this is
Getting
some
all
bad.
over again.
Oh man, then this is like some ECW 1995 shit that I just thought about in my head too. I forgot what match it was. It was Sabu versus one. It was Sabu versus
Tommy Dreamer, yeah, I was about to say.
Tommy Dreamer.
Yep. And that match was God, the skin that was hanging off his arm. Jeez. Oh God.
That shit had everybody involved, man.
Oh boy, God bless the both of them.
God
God bless Tony Khan because he better take full responsibility for whatever the fuck happens to the both of these guys. Period. Otherwise, he got some explaining to do.
Can I say something on that match itself? That match is
definitely
what? No, but what I'm saying it's been over a little bit, close to 30 years since that match.
Yes,
has been duplicated.
Well, 40 years. Yes.
Okay, so yeah, I'll be 40 this year, so that's about right.
Okay.
So with me saying this, when I heard it, I got goosebumps. And it's not because of the fact that it's you got two great athletes going at it. It's the height of the match, the extreme, like how far these two guys are willing to go to show people how hungry they are. And I'm going to say this: I was never really a Kenny Omega fan, but I kind of like the way that he is now being a heel, because it kind of, to me, kind of fits him more than just being this baby face, like laid back, okay, bro, let's go do this. It's like I needed to see that kind of side from him. We've all seen Moxley, but to have these two guys who just really kind of put their bodies on the line and then take it to that extreme, like, can you imagine one of them getting Irish whipped into the turnbuckle?
Oh, it's gonna happen.
Oh yeah, it's gonna happen.
No, I know that.
Or some crazy stuff like Kenny Omega doing some springboard, running springboard from the ring to the outside, and somehow he might get caught. Yeah. Oh, I can see some bad boxes here, man. This is not. Oh God, this is not gonna make me head well.
But that's even with Moxley. When he does his suicide dive between the ropes, when he gets caught in this time, or when he gets hit and he does that swing up between the ropes to kind of come back with clothesline, what if his shit is clipped? So there's a lot of stuff that kind of limits these guys when it comes to this match. And we all know that both of them are going to literally try to tear each other's flesh apart, and it's going to happen. Somebody's going to be scarred for, well, they're both going to be scarred for life, but
yeah,
somebody ain't walking away from this, bro. I'm going to tell you that right now. And I'm praying.
Someone's going to be in the body bag.
No, I know that, but what I'm saying is I'm just hoping, just for the sake of this match, that they don't allow anybody to interfere. Like if you're gonna sign Moxley off, then sign him off and let him lose with dignity instead of him winning because the Good Brothers decided to jump in, or somebody else decided to, or whatever Kenny Omega's managers decided to, hit him with a belt or do some extra shit. Like I'm tired of matches being like that. When it's a good high stake quality match like this, there should be no interference. It should be none.
Clean finish would be nice.
Exactly, right. Let these two battle out, and whoever wins.
But then they do that before in the lights out match. There's it, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't that a clean finish. Because I'm pretty damn sure when they had to rip the matting and expose the board, and then what's his face, and then when Moxley did the whole paradigm shit to his head. There was no screwy finish. But I understand where you're coming from. So which means the Good Bros, Don Callis, no one from New Japan should be nowhere involved in this match. This should be the Blood Grudge rematch for the championship. And I get what you're saying.
This should be the end of it all. and whoever wins, that's
Or
it.
it should be
And
not the
then
end of
we
it
can
all,
try
but
to
it
do
should
it
be
down
at the end of
road.
the second chapter.
Yeah.
Right now.
That's what
Chapter
I'm saying.
one
If
was
you're gonna
when
sign
Moxley was
Moxley up for a little
champion.
bit,
Chapter 2 is right now when Omega is champion, but now he's the heel. We can come back into this sometime like next year, and we can reboot that over and do part
or
3.
6 months. You can do 6 months. 6 months to a year. I can see that based upon
I mean, but I
how
feel
this
like that's going to be
with
kind of
Omega.
too close. If we do it within like 6 months, if you wait for like another year, let Moxley go face off some other people, Omega 2, keep them away. Then later on, their paths will cross
What's
later.
probably going to wind up happening is it's going to be where this match is going to happen. Moxley's going to get written off of AEW for a little while. He's going to have his match with Kenta for the New Japan for the U.S. title over in New Japan. Kenta will probably win that because Renee's probably going to be getting ready to have their kid, and then during that time, he'll have his match. I'm not sure when his Bloodsport match is going to be with Josh Burnett, but that's probably going to happen between after the baby's born and before he goes back to AEW. But the point is he has a lot of plates that he's spinning right now, and him getting written off of AEW after this match just makes sense. But I'm going to say something that a lot of people aren't going to agree with. I'm going to backtrack a little bit about the whole Kenny Omega situation. First off, I'm sorry, but his character, the way it is right now, it's kind of goofy to me. This kind of looks like WWE writing for me. I am not even kidding. It looks like cartoonish shit. Yes. At the beginning of his heel turn, it looked like he was going to go back into the cleaner Kenny Omega from New Japan. And I got excited for that. I was like, yes, I love that. I love the matches he had with, Okada. And as the cleaner, he had good matches. But it completely took an opposite turn. It is freaking goofy now. And he was bitching and complaining about, I didn't go to WWE because they were going to do stupid stuff with me. What the hell are you doing right now?
And then exactly. And then I agree 1,000%. My brother is younger and had never heard of Kenny Omega. And then he's been watching it with me, and he's like, this is what all the hype was about. And I can't even defend it. I just be like, that's what he is now. Yeah, I mean, literally, like, this is what the hype was about.
AEW,
this is what the hype was about.
So if AEW is starting to get as big as they saying they're getting, I hope their production truck can hear me too. Y'all need to fix this shit, man. This is going to make me not want to watch it. This is stupid.
But you know what? I think that was the whole point of this match that was thrown at the end of AEW, to kind of be like, oh shit, like, okay, when I say the real wrestling fans, I mean those that have knowledge like us, like invested years in actually digging in and finding truths about individuals. We all know that sometimes gimmicks are shitty. But sometimes leading into a match can change that whole perception of that person's character. And then after that match, you're like, okay, now I kind of see, or I kind of like the way it's fitting him after this match or that match. Yeah, it's kind of cheesy. Like, I watched it, the whole attack, and then it's like the whole setup, what he's wearing, the boots, what the commentators are saying. It's cheesy as shit. And Moxley, he's selling it well. The Good Brothers, they're doing their job. The manager, he's, flicking with the belt, almost dropped it on Moxley's face if you didn't peep it. But it's like, it's a cheesy ass fucking gimmick. But the height of the match, I feel, is going to make up for this lack of bullshit of creativity when it comes to Omega's, character. I feel like after this match, I think he's going to come up with a whole new gimmick. And if he doesn't, then Lord have mercy on AEW and Kenny Omega, because I'm just a little shit on his parade.
Okay, my last thing on this. now I cannot blame JR for calling him the WWE champion because I'm sure he started having flashbacks of all this dumb shit going on. They're like, WWE champion Kenny Omega. Hey, you know what? It's because his storyline and his character are freaking goofy as hell, and that is why it gave him war flashbacks of working with the WWE and seeing all these dumb shits like No Way Jose and all these other motherfuckers coming out to these stupid gimmicks. He's like, oh hell, Kenny Omega done crossed over to the dark side, man. He's with WWE now. God.
But somebody in WWE had that storyline though. Somebody in WWE had that same shit, bro. I kid you not. And I cannot put it together. This is probably like no less than 5 years ago. The same shit. You have a 6-man tag, you know what I'm saying? And then one person being the main dude, and all of a sudden the tag team comes out, and then you have the main guy that he's supposed to be facing for a rematch with the manager, and then it's like you get your ass kicked, and then it's like before this big huge match, like I quit or no DQ or false count anywhere. And I'm sitting here thinking as you're talking about it, I'm like I'm trying to figure out who the fuck had this
AJ Styles and the Good Brothers?
Because if I can figure
back
out
when they were doing their run in the WWE?
Let's beat him, John Cena.
Hold on, but I was thinking of that, but I was also thinking of the shit with what's his name? Dolph Ziggler and Becky E and AJ Lee or whatever her name is.
CM Punk's wife.
Like there's been multiple, even the Miz.
CM Punk's wife, Maurice.
Wait, what?
What?
Yeah.
Wait, I thought I heard you say CM Punk's wife, Maurice. I was like, what the hell are you talking about?
So CM Punk's wife was AJ Lee, but when he said something about the Miz, then I thought about Maurice.
All right, so
I'll try to play catch up to what he was saying.
All right.
Okay.
There's a lot of shit, bro. It's like, are they really competing with I know they compete with each other, but it's like, how many storylines are you gonna adapt from each other or adopt from each other?
Certain things you guys can go back in the history books, and then you're just updating it to current times right now.
Like the golf cart gag
it's like
with Kevin Owens and freaking Roman Reigns.
Yep.
Oh my God! Please don't do that, bro. Please don't. Yo, when I saw that, bro, I kid you not. I literally wanted to break my fucking phone. Okay? I kid you not. I'm a market left and right hand guy. When I saw that, I was like, how pathetic is this shit? For this $1 billion company to mock a up-and-coming company, for what? For what? Y'all were supposed to be originators, not copycats. Like, really? You took this shit from AEW? Like, wow. That really pissed me off.
Same thing how WWE took the whole hardcore concept from ECW and just polished it up and boom.
Yeah, and they demolished what it means to be a hardcore wrestler. And I'm pissed off about that.
Okay.
That was a hidden beautiful gem, bro. You know how many ECW fans there were, bro?
Yes.
You know how big that shit was? You know how major it was going into school, knowing that if you knew other shit outside of WWF before it was WWE, you was a true wrestling fan. There was 3 major shows back in the day, bro. ECW, WWF, and WCW. I mean, even if you had New Japan, the New Japan Wrestling. So, I mean, you had a lot to deal with, bro. But this shit now, bro, I mean, because of this whole pandemic, I get it. But it's like, I'm tired of people copycatting, bro. WWE has to be original, bro. Otherwise, you're going to hear a lot of shit out of my mouth that's not going to be cool. And you're going to have to kick me off.
Well, they already started. Actually, though, they already started. They been did that. And so has other companies. Other companies have used the same thing from WWE and use it in their own content. Let's not forget the Orlando Screwjob. TNA.
All right, let's go and move on.
Let's go over to SmackDown, though. Let's go over to SmackDown, though, man. Let's start this off. Edge opens up SmackDown, but Roman Reigns interrupts and implicates that he can pick a main eventer, which is him. Edge calls him insecure and that He'll deal with him when it comes to WrestleMania. No matter what, he's going to be the main event. But it could be either McIntyre or in as he started name dropping some people. The Sami Zayn interrupts and comes out and talks his little crap before getting super kicked by Jey Uso. And Roman whispers something in Edge's ear and left. Do we all know what the hell he said?
Pick me before Goldberg comes out and beats my ass.
you and these damn memes. You and these damn memes. I've been seeing that pop up for like 3 days. I was like, are you serious?
No, I didn't know. No, what he asked him was, when Alita was in the middle of the ring, did she really do it?
I don't know. Whoa.
You forgot about that, right? They had the bed in the ring, and she was all in her negligee or whatever.
And I heard Vince McMahon forced her to do that unless she's gonna get released and
which
fired.
Is crazy.
Yep. Moving on, we get Shinsuke Nakamura defeating Apollo Crews. Apollo Crews pissed off, angry, frustrated. How he can't even beat. How he can't even win. Picks up the steel steps, and Big E just gets smacked with it though. Throw it on top of that man. Bang! We get a heel turn from Apollo Crews. Now I gotta say, yes to the heel turn, but the execution I felt it was lackluster. I wanted to see the steel set actually hit Big E because he's built. I know that he can take that little bump, but nonetheless, okay, fine, I get it. But nonetheless, I feel like we got Raw out of that one little camera angle that could have been like more solidified. Oh, that they actually hit him. Now we don't even fucking know if he hit him or not. He can't fade the whole thing, and that's why he got structured the fuck out. But the heel turn was necessary. Now we can get a Big E and Apollo really dogging the shit out of each other for this Intercontinental Championship. Now you're making that belt mean something.
Yep, black on black violence.
This is what the hell I've been preaching about for months. Now they're actually doing it. And doing it with the right person, nonetheless.
They're letting real brothers fight. That's what's up. They're letting the real brothers fight. Like,
this is what I'm saying. Like this makes me feel like it's like this makes me feel like it's like the middle card of a boxing fight match. You know what I'm saying? Like there's different matches on this card, but this match I want to see.
Exactly.
It's like you got Pookie versus Dede. You know what I'm saying? It's like who's gonna win in the family barbecue knockoff? You know what I'm saying? It's like who's got the upper hand, Pookie or Dede? So it's like why not, bro?
Now I will say this, and don't get me wrong, I'm with y'all. I love this 1,000%. I'm kind of talking out of both sides, but I hate that they did this with Shinsuke. Like, what was the point of turning him face, having him do all that in the gauntlet match, changing his music for what? He's not in the chamber tonight. He's not fighting Big E for the title. So, like, what was the point of that? What really was the point of that? To do all of that, like, I'm happy that Apollo Crews had his heel turn. It was executed great, but like, I'm just looking at it like, so what was the point of Shinsuke? Like
if anything, Shinsuke should have been the one getting his ass worked to solidify the heel turn from Apollo and sending a message to Big E. Yo, I'm going after your belt. I don't give a damn what it's going to take me. What the hell I got to do? Now it's a doggy dog world. Make that statement.
Right.
That's why I said the whole steel step, dropping it on Big E. I'm like, no, I didn't want. I mean, I respected the heel turn, but I feel like the execution sucked.
Okay, so this is.
But the
same way. So the same how we thought about Triple H. Right, coming back, and we thought this whole thing between him and Austin was going to happen, but then he hits Austin with a sledgehammer. That sets up for Royal Rumble 2001 of what happened there to No Way Out 2001 for the 3 stages of hell. That was executed perfect because we didn't think Triple H was going to go and hit Austin and then reveal that I was on who set you up to get hit.
Okay, this is what I honestly think is going to wind up happening with Shinsuke. I'm hoping this happens, but what I see happening is they're not going to have someone go over on him right now. Reason being is because I think he's going to wind up being put back into the championship title picture after WrestleMania, and I think
Well, they're going to need baby faces to pair off to go against Roman. You can't do, and you can't always do Kevin Owens versus Roman Reigns. As much as we like whatever we've been watching, there's certain things like 3 match minimum should be like the benchmark for those type of matches, and then you got to move on to fight someone else.
Well, you should have spaced those out, though. I think they kind of gave us too much of the meat all at once, like back to back to back. I kind of felt like if you're going to do this, and he's been going, and Kevin Owens been technically kind of like sacrificing his body, they should have spaced the shit out. You know what I'm saying? Kind of let Roman Reigns kind of pick his battles, but every now and again, you got this thorn in his back, Kevin Owens, that keeps coming back. Like after every 2 or 3 defenses from somebody else, Kevin Owens comes back, and eventually Kevin Owens will get the belt. You get what I'm saying? Kind of spread the timing out, but it's like they just want to just create a heated series and to just do all 3 parts.
This is just a filler rivalry to get to the main course. How I made the whole comparison about between Royal Rumble and WrestleMania time, it's like a huge cheeseburger. Royal Rumble, we got the top of the bun. Now we're just feeling surviving of like little crumbs, so we get to what the hell that we really want.
Oh, okay. Here's.
And that's going to be Roman Reigns versus Nia Jax,
right? Cousin versus cousin intergender matchup.
She said it.
I don't know.
She said it to say, Shayna Baszler. She was like, I can't hit her. That's family. So they're just going to sit down at WrestleMania and just have a feast. You know, one queen at the end and the king at the other end. So I mean, what's the difference?
I don't know.
Here's my thing about what I think is going to wind up happening after WrestleMania. Like I was saying about Nakamura, about him kind of not putting people over until after that. It's because I feel like what's going to happen is once Kevin Owens is done running what he's going to run with Roman Reigns, it's going to come to Nakamura versus Kevin Owens. And I hate to say this because Kevin Owens, I like him, and I think he doesn't need to have this happen to him, but I think Nakamura needs it more. He's going to get into it with Kevin Owens. Nakamura's going to go over, and that's going to set up Nakamura versus Roman Reigns. So there's an actual face going against Roman Reigns. So that's what I think is going to happen.
Listen, they just need to do what the hell that they did with Jinder Mahal. Put the belt on Nakamura once the world opens up, when they do the tours over there in Japan. Then they have to put the belt on him, and then they can be selling Crazy House and big shows and stuff like that to get more money. The same treatment. The same treatment that they did with Roberto, the same treatment that they did with Jinder. They have to do it with Shinsuke.
Bro, we just dealt with this bullshit with the Iconics.
First off, I'm not a fucking Karu. I'm just saying if this company did it for other international superstars in their roster, put the belt on them so when they go over to their native country, they can sell. You mean coming out of Japan is not going to do that for Shinsuke?
The only reason I can see them not doing it for Shinsuke is because all those other people that you named, they needed the belt for legitimacy. Shin don't need that.
Exactly. Just like we need Shinsuke to win the belt for legitimacy.
You realize how old Shinsuke is, right?
Yes.
I do. But at the same time, do we all not know how old Christian is? And have these other part-timers that came back and is getting over more than the main roster?
What do you mean? They're like in their late 40s, everything.
And majority of that locker room right now on the main roster are in their mid-30s.
You don't know how old Sheamus is?
Yeah, well,
I got no shit on him too.
Shinsuke Nakamura is 40, and the reason why he came here ever since he was signed with NXT,
and he's 5 to 6 years younger than Christian. So
no.
What's your point?
And that's why I asked. See,
This
that's why
time I
I asked
will
you
be
guys.
seeing MVP wear a championship
Well,
belt.
here's
And
the
how
thing.
old is he?
I'm not trying to say all that just to
MVP's like
say,
47,
just to discredit, the older superstars that came back like Christian and all them, and some that are currently active.
Nah, I wasn't saying that either. I was just saying the same way how they gave those two other people that I named the treatment because internationally they can sell out over there with their main guy or their home or hometown hero or home country hero can sell out. I'm pretty damn sure they can do the same thing with Shinsuke too. Unless you're going to try to say what AJ Styles is more over than Shinsuke over there
No,
in
Shinsuke
his
Nakamura is way
backyard.
more over in Japan than what AJ is.
Exactly.
Japan.
Exactly.
But
That's like putting the belt on John Cena and yet WWE comes to Boston. He's going to get the biggest headline slot.
Yes, they do. But the thing is, at the end of the day, Japan likes AJ Styles, but Japan loves Shinsuke Nakamura because prior to coming to NXT, he had very few times that he has come to the United States. For an appearance on TNA like years ago, but that was back when early TNA. But other than that, I mean, he hadn't really been in the United States. He had spent most of his career in Japan. So at the end of the day, if they want somebody for when they go over to Japan to be champion and represent them, the only option they have for the men is Shinsuke Nakamura. That's
crazy. They got a load of talent. I'm not saying they're not wrong for that, but it's kind of crazy how Japan or just like all the major wrestling companies in Japan, like New Japan, how they have all these premier like high talent wrestlers, and then you get someone like Shinsuke or some of the other like infamous wrestlers that come from that are like top dog that really don't get that shine like they should have. You know what I'm saying? Like I kind of feel like as a wrestling fan, there's a lot more to than just the normal of what we see. Like, could you imagine if they kind of intertwined, wrestlers like good wrestlers coming over and giving like Hulk Hogan a run for his money, Ultimate Warrior, like Ric Flair's, we've seen like the Great Muta to do his thing here and there and stuff like that. But there were others, you know what I'm saying, from Japan that were highly respected but really didn't get that notoriety. And I just kind of feel like I respect Shinsuke, but I don't feel like in my eyes he's that top honored guy in Japan that should be honored.
I was about to say the same thing. Here's my thing. That potential forbidden door, I can tell you this, nothing like that is going to happen until Vince McMahon is gone. And Triple H is in charge because I think he would be more open to an idea like that than Vince McMahon will ever be. Yes, and
Vince is old school and he's a prick.
Yeah, but Vince learned from his father, and then before his father used to do that same thing that Tony Khan and them are doing right now. So it's just the only reason why he's doing that is just because it's AEW and you know who's running the show over there. And after all the shots that they just took, that's like me having a beef with someone in this group, right? And then all of a sudden, a few weeks later, hey man, want to come and play band with me? Fuck you, nigga. No, sorry for using another band word.
No, I get what you're saying, but
man, this is beef.
Keyword.
Beef, and beef, man, you don't sleep. Okay.
No, I understand that, but
this is beef. You know what I'm saying? This is wrestling beef.
But see, it was either you or it was Sabayeti that made the statement just a few seconds ago, like, okay, yeah, Vince McMahon's, before him used to do that, okay? But then you had the son who understood but had his own world of what he wanted wrestling
and mixing it with entertainment. And that's what stood out.
Exactly.
Period.
Okay, good. So you put the entertainment into the aspect, and then it becomes this whole big conglomerate world universe of a nation that reaches hundreds of countries. Okay, that they go, and then even in the midst of that, it's like you only limit the access of certain people, but you only open the doors when you're at their home.
Oh, okay. So let me put it like this. The only time that Vince McMahon has ever gotten to the point to where he's let another promotion bring talent in was a company that he ended up buying at the end, and that was ECW. Prior to him buying it, he let the talent come in and showcase in, their Monday Night Raws for a couple times. And after a while, he wound up buying ECW because of their financial issues. So,
and because there was the factory of making stars. And he and Paul Heyman was doing something back then that Vince wasn't doing at that time. He made stars. Hence why, as Paul Heyman has said in one documentary, WCW and Bischoff did the same thing. They didn't develop talent. They poached.
And that's the difference.
Nonetheless, let's just move on. We got sidetracked with this whole Apollo Crews heel term. Okay. Seth Rollins then calls the wrestlers in the locker room cowards for not backing up his plans. And the biggest one of them all, Cesaro. Yay! I can't wait for this match. And down talks him the whole 9 yards to a T. Edge then wishes Kevin Owens the best of luck at Elimination Chamber. He did the same thing with Daniel Bryan and Cesaro. He's just teasing us with all these different combinations of matches that Edge can have. I'm like, don't do that.
Just make the matches happen.
Want it. Then Tamina and Natalya defeats the Riot Squad. Billie Kay tries to celebrate with them, but she gets super kicked by Tamina. Ain't nobody meaner than Tamina. Tamina, you need to get the hell away from, as Cyber A once said, plastic surgery face. And go over to your cousin, damn it. Be like, yo, this chick ain't doing it, man. I'm lost in the shovel, man. Help me. Like, cuz, help her. Like, yo, help a cousin out. Yes, that's what you need to do. Duh. Then we get this ding dong hello segment. I'm gonna just dump this down as short as sweet. It was
always been garbage.
Bailey, Shayna Baszler, Nia Jax, Sasha Banks, Bianca Belair. No disrespect to her or Sasha, but Reginald. My God, what the hell is this man doing? Then we get a 6-person match. Belair, Banks, and Reginald end up defeating Jax, Baszler, and Bailey. What kind of sense is this? Like, WWE, you may want to kick me out for this, but can you just do what you did to what's that NASCAR driver's name from North Carolina that found that noose in his garage? Bubba what?
Wallace.
Bubba Wallace. Can you give me that noose and can you put it over Carmella's neck and then just hang her? I don't want to see this shit anymore. I don't want to make it seem like it's like an Eminem hates his mother type thing, and we all know how the hell that was. Just Carmella is just useless. She's pointless. And then now you got the servant, who's probably getting more buzz than what Carmella is. So that defeats the purpose of her little cosmetology transformation right now. But I get nothing of this. So now when Sabier said the plastic surgery face of Natalya, I got to the same thing but for Carmella's nose. Same way how I said about Selena Vegas' nose. These women got some fucking nose problems, and I think that they need. I think Vince don't know because he has a
next person that needs to. The next person that needs to get some help from the plastic surgeon. Oh my God, Billie Kay, for the love of God, please go and get that shit fixed. You're the one that needs it. Freaking rip it off Natalya's face and throw it on yours. God almighty, man.
Look, 4 or maybe 6 women in that whole locker room. These need to get nose jobs. I don't want to say who, because I already said my piece about one. You've been saying yours for the last few weeks already, but we'll dig into that. We'll find out who's that nose job. Then we get the Mysterio family defeating Otis and Gable. Otis turns heel by attacking Ray. That's a good fit. I can see that. I'm like, okay. Then you got the coach, which is going to be like a, see, it's already starting. Now Uncle Fast got kicked out. See, it's already starting. Yeah, I like this heel turn from Otis. It's different. Then you got Gable, who could be one of those like Bobby Heenan, athletic Ron Simmons trainer characters, and start passing like little stuff, saying to try like cheat his way to victory, stuff like that. Even though he's a big dude. Damn. First is Uncle Fast. Now it's Big Mike.
It wasn't that.
You know what it was?
I had my AirPods in and one side died. And I'm still learning how to use these bitches. So when I took it off, it fucked up the connection. So I had to leave and then reconnect. Because I was trying to talk and nobody was responding. So
gotcha.
I was like,
oh, no. Yeah, no, we didn't hear what he was trying to say.
I was yelling about that whole nose job thing with Carmella and Billy Kay and so I was just like, yo, bro, it's like the whole women's division needs a whole facelift. Like Shayna Baszler, when she puts some mouthpieces, I don't know if it's Chucky or Blake Griffin that I'm looking at. It's like, damn, dog. Like you gonna slam that or slice some motherfucker's neck off because you mad because no one wants to play with you. It's bad enough she breaking females' arms, bro. You know what I'm saying? Or at least trying to, but it's like, damn. Like, does she even have a boyfriend? Like, is she like? Does she like boys? Or is she like
No, I think she has a boyfriend. I believe she does. From last episodes that I've been checked out for a long time ago. Yeah, moving on. We get Carmella being pissed off at Reginald.
Oh, the dude's name is Reginald Denny?
Then we get the main event, which was Daniel Bryan. Huh?
I don't know.
The dude you said Reginald, Carmelo's dude, I said Reginald Denny. That's his name, right? Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
No, Carmella splashed champagne.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, the dude's name's Reginald Denny? Or is it just Reginald? Yeah,
no,
bro.
Just Reginald.
See, this is what I mean. WWE's doing stupid, dumb shit, bro. Okay.
Yeah.
I hear you. And we get the main event, which was Daniel Bryan, Cesaro, and Kevin Owens defeating Sami Zayn, King Corbin, and Jey Uso. Brought issues afterwards. Then we get Edge spearing Jey Uso, which was very ugly. God, you see, like I said, Father Time kicks in, and people just don't know when to stop. And this is one of the wrestlers' biggest flaws when they have to debate so long, like whether that is done, like whether they know that they can't do it anymore. This spear almost made me get a little shade on that. But afterwards, we get Roman Reigns his own spear.
That was beautiful, though. Because you see when he hit him, right? His ponytail never moved. That's how you know it's a perfect spear, bro. When you can hit somebody and your hand don't move, that lets you know you hit a motherfucker hard, bro. Shawn Michaels used to do it all the time,
I still
bro.
see like the form.
When he used to catch motherfuckers in the ill switching, his hand never moved, bro. No bullshit. Like where he would kick, his head would just stay right there, bro. And then he'd do this like fall back and shake his head, like fuck his head, and then go for the pin, bro. I guarantee you, bro. You're gonna watch it and be like, holy shit, bro. I'm telling you. Motherfuckers with long hair, bro, when they get their move on somebody, bro, their hair does not move, bro. Dolph Ziggler, same motherfucker. It's funny, but I'm telling you, the hair don't move. Don't ask me why, bro. It's a stupid thing. It's just like, okay, can I ask y'all one question? What was that effect that they were using in the last pay-per-view?
some comic book.
That shit
comic
is
book
dope as fuck, bro.
I forget what.
That's like some Avatar meets 3D meets I'm in your house type shit, bro. That's like if I had on the VR.
It's just
Bro,
a
that
straight
shit's
comic book
dope as
format,
fuck, bro. I'm not even kidding with you. Like they hit the nail on the coffin with that shit. If they make their entrances like that from here on out, bro, it's a wrap. It's a fucking wrap. It's a wrap.
Cookie. And then let's go into the Elimination Chamber predictions. I know it's about to start in the next 27 minutes. I know y'all want to go and watch this.
I'm going for Hulk Hogan.
So it's only really been.
Shit.
He's winning it all.
Shut up, please. Elimination Chamber 2021. We get the United States Championship on the line. Bobby Lashley versus Riddle.
Bobby Lashley versus who?
Riddle.
Bobby Lashley versus Riddle.
No. Bobby Lashley.
I got Matt Riddle on some sneaky shit.
Mikey? Oh, wait a minute. Sorry, Mikey's not even in this thing. Hold on, make sure. Damn, Mike. Okay, so one said Riddle, other one says Lashley. I'm not expecting this title to be changed at no fucking filler pay-per-view. All the big changes won't happen to WrestleMania, so Bobby for the win. Jackson Baszler versus Banks and Baylor. I mean, for Banks and Bianca Belair for the women's tag team championships.
You said who's fighting? Hold on. You said who's fighting?
Sorry.
Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair.
Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler versus Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair.
Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair. Just for the simple fact that her win at the Royal Rumble, and just like she needs kind of something as a momentum leading into WrestleMania.
I'm gonna say that Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler are gonna hold on to him.
Okay, fair enough.
I want to say the same thing. I think somehow Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez, they just might win them. They need to bring the belts down into NXT because they can do a lot more with them down there because there ain't no women's tag teams up there on Monday Night Raw or Friday Night SmackDown. Period. They need to do something else with them belts, and this to be the good little time to make certain changes to help boost ratings for NXT on Wednesdays. So I'm going with Shayna and Nia Jax on this one because they gotta have another title defense on Wednesday, so they're not going to. I mean, March 3rd, which that's in another week and a half. So they're not going to do all that now. They're not going to pre-plan 2 weeks in advance and then change the card. Just do all that, and then there's no way Sasha and Bianca will lose to Raquel Gonzalez and Dakota Kai in that stature. So I don't see that working enough for the baby faces here. Then we get the Raw's Elimination Chamber match. McIntyre, Orton, Hardy, Sheamus, who comes out last, AJ Styles, and Kofi Kingston for Raw for the WWE Championship. Hi, Vague. Sorry, folks. We're not going to see Sheamus win this damn crap. This is going to just build more push for McIntyre going into WrestleMania. Who the hell is he going to face? No, I heard rumors that Reno is going to be already working a program with Bray Wyatt. So when he comes back, as I said, the winged dragon of Raw needs to surface.
Who's that going to be Big Show?
And start scorching the earth. No, I don't think so. I think it could be McIntyre and Sheamus. It could be a three-way between McIntyre and Sheamus and Keith Lee. We have no idea right now. There's so many different combinations that they can try to do for McIntyre right now.
Okay, Blackheart, I agree with you. I think Sheamus is going to wind up winning this. I hate to say it, but I think he's going to wind up winning it. But
and losing it within 24 hours.
I don't even think 24 hours. I think immediately.
Look, this is going to be a Kane and Stone Cold thing right here in 1998. And Sheamus does win. He's only holding the belt for one day.
Miz is going to come in. He's going to cash in. He's going to catch Sheamus off guard. What this is going to do, it's going to build a program.
Or it could help McIntyre that he wins and then And then Miz cashes in on him as he's exhausted, fatigued, and all this other stuff. Same way how Edge did to Cena in 2006. The champion won at the very end of the Elimination Chamber, but he still lost at the end due to fatigue.
I was getting to what I was about to finish what I was going to say. Okay, so what I was saying is Sheamus would wind up winning, but then Miz would cash in and win the title off of Sheamus. But then this would build the program for Drew McIntyre versus The Miz, and then at Roadblock, the pay-per-view before Mania, Drew McIntyre gets a rematch and he wins and goes into the main event of WrestleMania. This would be more of a transitional thing for Drew McIntyre to make him look better.
But who is Drew McIntyre supposed
to
be going against at WrestleMania?
That's the whole point, and this is why, depending on what happens tonight, can affect the path for McIntyre for WrestleMania. Hence why, as Cyber was saying, that Sheamus is going to win. I feel like, okay, everything that you just said, Cyber, take away Sheamus, McIntyre will win, but like I said, and Miz comes out, cashes in when he sees that the opportunity is right. The ultimate opportunist, subliminal shots at Edge, and boom, you can do it that way. And at least the heel gets on top. You still have sympathy for the babyface, so the babyface has to come back to get his redemption to win back his title. Then you can prolong that story to WrestleMania to have Miz versus McIntyre. Or triple threat it up. I don't care. But as long as that title changes hands on WrestleMania night back to McIntyre, I think that's what fulfills his whole arc.
When he won it the first time around at Mania, it was to no crowd. He'll at least have a 20% capacity at WrestleMania, so he would be able to get that WrestleMania moment that he missed out on last year.
Who, Drew McIntyre?
Yeah.
Okay. Makes sense.
Yes. Not last. Then we get the SmackDown #1 contenders elimination chamber. Whoever wins this goes on to face Roman at the main event tonight for the Universal Championship. Kevin Owens, Cesaro, Daniel Bryan, King Corbin, Jey Uso.
There's only two names that pop out here that I think is going to wind up winning it. Either Kevin Owens or Daniel Bryan. That's what it comes down to.
I thought it would be Uso.
I'm thinking it's got to be between Cesaro and Daniel Bryan. Cesaro's been getting that push for crying out the fuck loud. If he loses tonight, then that whole thing kind of diminishes this. At least you can try to build. At least you can try to build up something or give us a teaser.
Hold on, who's
with Cesaro versus Roman? What you say? With the title? And this will actually be his first actual Universal title shot.
But who's
and he's long overdue. Come on now.
I forgot.
I just said this, man. Pay attention. Kevin Owens, Cesaro, Daniel Bryan, King Corbin, Jey Uso, and Sami Zayn are the six people in the Elimination Chamber who whoever wins goes to face Roman later on. That night or probably right afterwards. I'm not telling you too sure about how this whole order is going to be like.
Sammy going out early. I see it coming down to.
Okay, man, we don't need you to break down who gets eliminated by what. Just make a prediction. You're saying that Sammy's gonna go off first. Okay, but we didn't ask you that question though.
Don't fuck up my shit. No, I know.
I wasn't trying to fuck up your shit, but you started acting like your cousin right now. Make it quick.
Actually, I'm gonna go with either Kevin Owens or Cesaro. It's got to be one or the other. Like I kind of agree with the push, but I kind of feel like this whole battle with KO and Roman's gonna keep going for a little bit up until like Fastlane.
Okay, really quick. I hate to interrupt you, man, but in the pre-show, John Morrison just won an opportunity at the U.S. title, so I can see this more happening now more than ever, where the Miz is going to wind up winning tonight, and then I bet you anything, John Morrison's going to probably take the U.S. title off of Bobby Lashley.
So this is replacing Keith Lee with Morrison.
Was that the stipulation, or was it for a title match at a later time? Well, because they just had a four-way match to determine who's going to get a U.S. title opportunity. I didn't know if it was going to be added on to tonight's match.
So they're probably going to do that tomorrow. If anything else,
no, it's being added to the match tonight. So John Morrison's in the three-way.
Sure. So which means Morrison, Riddle, and Lashley. So more likely, I'll still say my.
I don't know, man.
There's a whole new twist on it, bro.
That's what I was about to say.
No, it don't. No, it don't. Just because his wife's there now don't mean shit to me. It doesn't mean that he's gonna get special treatment just because. Oh yeah, man. We just signed your way. Now you gotta do what the fuck we tell you to do. That's just plain old fucking.
No, extortion. I have a feeling in my gut, man. I think Morrison's going to wind up winning the title, and then freaking Miz is going to wind up cashing in and winning, and then it's going to have both of them with the titles, and then they're going to just be even more cockier than
Oh no! Matter of fact, no. I'm gonna change my vote. Riddle, because you want to know why? They're gonna try to brace up for this whole dream match between Bobby Lashley and Brock Lesnar, if that actually does happen. And what better way to do that but try to get the belt off him tonight? So, I definitely won't say it won't be Morrison, though. I definitely would say it will have to be Riddle now because he is being highly favorable in backstage, and they're really building him up, even though to be the lovable loser, but he's definitely got some skill to his name. So, at least at some point, they're gonna have to put the belt on him. So, I'm gonna change my vote. I'm gonna change my vote now. I'm gonna go with Riddle. Just because of what just transpired. That's why I'm trying to get this prediction done so y'all can go and watch the damn thing. So at the end of the damn day, this whole Roman Reigns thing, he's gonna come out on top no matter who wins this number one contenders Elimination Chamber match tonight. Roman's gonna walk into WrestleMania to face Edge for that.
I don't know.
What about Christian? You don't think Christian's gonna get involved?
What?
I don't think so either.
No. And go luck and go and think of that probably, but I don't think so.
All.
If all the peeps.
Listen, I hope you mean the little I hope you mean the little marshmallow.
I'm talking about, for his peeps. You know how
cheeks and shit like that.
Peeps.
Peeps.
Let me ask you this one question real quick. What do you think about Carlito coming back? Do you think that was just for the Royal Rumble, or do you think that they're actually going to have him come back?
No, he already said that he was.
I thought it was a tryout,
though.
Done. That they were going to let him get into a producer role. What?
That too, but he didn't take it. Yeah. So he said he wanted to explore other opportunities, other options. So the whole 3 weeks was to try to see if he get a feel, and he did. And he's appreciative, but he got other stuff in store.
Yeah.
And this is from him. Okay, this wasn't from no random source. This is actually him saying it. So I might, you know what, Carlito, kudos, man. I mean, you test up the waters. You came out of WWE with people didn't think that he was ever going to come back. You got one thing off your bucket list. Now you want to do other things before trying to probably say, okay, maybe I might want to come back again. Just probably still test out the waters in different companies. You know what I'm saying? And he looks good still. You know what I'm saying? So we're saying if he can still go and still keep himself in that shape, he'll be wrestling other places too. It doesn't always have to be one company. As I keep trying to tell Dukes, the same thing. It doesn't always have to be one fucking company. There's other companies out there that would love to have his services. Same way how one of the guests that we had on the show before, Mr. Franco, he had wrestled Carlito a couple years back. You know what I'm saying? So There's other promotions that will need his services. I'll pay him, right? So it's not always about to hire up companies. You can still make bread eating, just going to other companies and then just doing, you know what I'm saying? Just doing the show, and then that's it. Call it a day.
Yep.
Nonetheless, we're done here. Yeah. So the pre-show for the Elimination Chamber is on right now. We did our predictions. Hallelujah! And you'll hear from us next week. Until then, I'm Black Card. That's Cyber Yeti. Uncle Fast is still in the building, probably eating a bacon ham sandwich. And and Big Mike has been kicked off the session because thanks to WWE's production company, probably tacking into our streams yet again. And we thank you because you dirtbags actually deserve it. But nonetheless, I'm done talking about it. Let's just keep going with it. And until then,
All right, you motherfucker.
I bid y'all
Later.